Hi, good afternoon, everyone. So I'm Ashish. Today I'm presenting the topic AR/VR in education. So just let me check. Working. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Nine. Yeah. So we all know that when it comes to learning, all tools are not created equal. So we have moved from text to image to videos. Now it's time for real engagement. So what does it exactly mean? So fundamentally, over the decades, what we have done that we have been engaging with multiple digital content through flat screens. So we have been kind of a third person while watching over the content. But now the time has moved, and it's time to get into immersive world where we all become a first person and can experience the content which we really want to engage with. And the research has shown that when we become the first person, the engagements become real, and the retention becomes very, very high. So when we deal about education, we are dealing with students. So the biggest problem and the biggest issue with the students is to gain their attention to particular topic. The fundamental thing is that if we are able to create curiosity among the students, and if we are able to give them some kind of direction, they actually take up and then they explore more and more. But right now, the way the entertainment content has flooded us and through different mediums and mostly digital, it has also taken a toll on our students in terms when it comes to seeking their attention. So entertainment contents are getting better and more engaging day by day. And this has overshadowed basically the educational content. So in that premises, what has happened is that the student has started lacking focus, their attention span has reduced, and more importantly, their consideration span has reduced. Also, the clutter of the information which they have to go through is so high that they fail to retain some concept over a longer period of time. The usability of one concept from one walk of life to the other is also been a difficult phase. So they feel boring. The way pedagogy has been, they lack time management. They disconnect with the subject, and they don't feel like picking an extra book on any subject. So as a teacher, as a parent, or as someone who is really concerned about how the next generation will grow when it comes to learning and knowledge management, it is a big concern. So this is reflected in the educational pedagogy. So I will empathize with the teachers in the sense that we have not given them enough tool in the past so that we can allow the students and teacher to engage at a level where they can experience everything as a first person. So the activity-based learning was missing because the teaching has to happen in a constrained classroom or in a particular setup. We actually, if we want to take them to show them the mining process, we actually cannot take them to a mining field. It is dangerous. It is inaccessible, and it has many repercussions. Similarly, when we really want to take them to space or to teach them agriculture, we really can't show exactly how it happens on ground. These all things are now being resolved thanks to the immersive technologies which has come up, like in the form of AR, VR, and going ahead in the MR world, which is solving these problems at a core. So what exactly these technologies are? So just imagine if as an educator, if we allow our children to collaborate with their friends and can allow them to take them on a virtual tour and can expose them to the monuments and allow them to freely roam, ask questions and get a reply, and can feel the real thing which otherwise they would have felt if they would have gone to that place. or say in a chemistry experiment which happens in a particular regulated setup, if we allow the students to collaborate together and do the experiments at ease without any hesitation of or any fear of spilling of the content or the chemicals on their on their body, or using the chemicals, and they can be taken to the granular level of what kind of changes happens. So not only we are able to tell them that what is the right way of learning, we can also allow them to fail and fail fast, in the sense that what if they mixes them in a absolutely wrong way. So what will the changes which will happen? So there are many use cases, like we can allow them to enter into a body, just to create curiosity, just to create excitement among them, and to understand that what happens at every level. So if this kind of pedagogy is facilitated, then automatically the retention, automatically the inclination of students to learn about any subject or any topics increases significantly. This is possible through AR and VR, of course, for multiple reasons. So I would like to explain here what exactly becomes AR and what is VR, and then automatically the use case becomes very, very clear. So VR stands for virtual reality. So what happens is that we create virtual environments, and through the help of hardware, there are many hardware in the right now in the market. Students or users are allowed to enter into a virtual environment, and they can experience those simulations. Environments can be anything. It can be as lame as a playground, or it can be as complex as a mining an oil rig and everything. They will feel that they are there, they are part of it, they are allowed to interact with the environment, and those environments are absolutely virtual. Similarly, there is another spectrum when it comes to XR is AR. AR is like an augmenting the reality. So there is a reality here. We are augmenting that reality with virtual objects. So for example, if the reality is this auditorium, and if I can augment this auditorium here with, say, a podium or say a group of people, so this becomes an augmented reality. So because we have a reality, we have augmented that for our use case, and this can change. And the more and more physical and digital world starts interacting, more and more use cases and more engaging it becomes. So this is the power of VR and AR, and then we can do a lot. We can create a lot of virtual environments in VR and AR. And some of the key benefits which brings is, first is that when it comes to VR or AR, the generated image or the virtual environments which are created, they are so captivating that it removes the distraction, and the attention of the user is automatically captured there. In VR, they feel that they are there, so there's a head-mounted device, so distraction become minimum. At the same time, there is the provision of create interactivity. So you can allow the user to interact. So for example, if you are learning a heart module or say respiratory system, you can actually dissect, drag, drop, do everything which is possible in real, you wish to do in real world, there in the virtual world. So they can facilitate with these options. And as long you go across the interactive content, the user who is involved in that interactions get the sense of what they're doing. So the outcomes which is generated of these interactions, they stays with the user. So the retention of the students becomes very, very high. There is a huge opportunity, because whatever we can design, we can gamify it. So the students are anyway attracted to games because there is a sense of newness, there's a sense of serendipity which is involved in the games, which can be unfolded in the learning environment as well. At the same time, when you do this, when we use AR and VR as a pedagogical tool, we involve a lot of senses. Through eyes, we are seeing the virtual environment. Through hand, we are doing interactions. Through ears, we are listening. And they are allowed to do a lot of activities which creates a multisensory learning, which research has also shown that it improves the learning capabilities of the student to a significant fold. So a lot of research has come up establishing the use cases and establishing the potential of AR, VR in learning spaces. The numbers are different, like the students who are learning through AR, VR, their learning capability has improved significantly, their retention has improved, their engagement and their emotional connect with the subject has improved significantly. And also I would like to highlight a real practical problem, especially when it comes to students and children. What happens is that in any classroom, top 10% or top 20% of the students, they are able to fit in the mainstream way of pedagogy, whatever we have adopted in the current system. And especially in the last percentile of the student, they start feeling disconnected because they are not able to connect with the kind of pedagogy which we have. When we use this kind of technology, it acts as a bridging gap, and it creates a level playing field for everyone. Because through these technology, the core concepts of any complex topic can be delivered in a most engaging and gamified way. And the moment student enters and start using these devices, they don't feel that they are learning. They don't feel they are actually someone is trying to teach them. They feel that they are trying to do some activity which is absolutely gamified, which is which with the kind of work which they love otherwise. And when they do, they come across those real concepts which they are supposed to learn, and then they take away those concepts. This brings the social transformation of the students, because they start involving in the groups which are better known for performance in academics and others. So this is helping a lot when it comes to giving confidence to the students. Now at the same time, moving ahead, there is a huge scope of AI and especially generative AI when it comes to drawing the use case of AR, VR based learning, because when we use this AR and VR, we create a lot of simulation, we create a lot of environments, we create a lot of interesting 3D objects pedagogically suitable, which can be automated, which can be generated very, very fast through the use of GenAI and other tools which become a great enabler for a learning process. So these are some of the students using VR headsets and enjoying the learning content. Thank you very much.
You know how